So are you thinking about making a move to Port St Lucie, Florida? Maybe you've been looking at all the different videos and trying to find out the perfect area to purchase here in Port St Lucie. Well, today I want to go over an area that you might not have heard about or might not have considered, and it is called St Lucie West. My name is Megan Schoner. I'm a local real estate agent here in Port St Lucie, Florida, and I love helping people like you guys every single day from YouTube find your treasure of a home. So whether or not you're looking in the next 9 days, 90 days, next year or two, please feel free to reach out to me. My email and cell phone are listed below. I would love to talk to you, answer any questions you have about the area, and help you find your treasure of a home here on the Treasure Coast. So in today's video, we are going to go over the area of St Lucie West. The reason that I'm doing this video is a lot of times people have done a lot of research and they know about the Tradition area, then they come down or they start learning a little bit more about it, and maybe it's not quite a fit for them. So St Lucie West is another great alternative if you are looking for specifically a gated community. This was one of the original master plan communities in the area, and so the homes here are they're kind of between that 20 and 30-year-old range, so still not old, but in Florida terms it is a little bit older. But you have these wonderful gated communities, and the prices and the HOA fees are a lot less. So first things first, the location. So where in Port St Lucie is St Lucie West located? It is in the 34986 zip code, obviously St Lucie West Boulevard, but it is between I-95 to the west and the Turnpike or Bayshore Boulevard to the east, kind of just running right up and down St Lucie West Boulevard. This is one of the main areas in terms of retail locations. So with this being one of the original master plan communities in the area, it already has a lot of the commercial, restaurants, shops, all of that type of stuff. So all the infrastructure is already built out, which a lot of people like, versus Tradition where it is still growing and still a lot of new construction and roads are still being developed and everything like that, and shops and everything and restaurants are still coming. Even though there's still stuff out in Tradition, there's a lot of growth and there's still more stuff to come, versus St Lucie West where everything is already built out. All the communities are, so if you're looking for new construction, this is not the area. But if you're looking for a nice gated community, they have a bunch of all ages communities, and they do have 255 and older communities. This is a great area to consider. So when people are moving to Port St Lucie, they're always looking at, where do I go shopping? Where can I do my daily activities and stuff like that? Kind of the three main areas in Port St Lucie that you'll find that are Tradition, St Lucie West, and then US 1, that's where our mall is. So in St Lucie West, some of the highlights or the big things in this area, it is home to the New York Mets spring training. So the ball field is right here located off of St Lucie West Boulevard. So that'll have the New York Mets spring training, and then also you have the St Lucie Mets minor league games, which are really fun for the family in the off season. You also have Bolero, which is the bowling alley, kind of arcade area. You have a trampoline park out in this area. You have, in terms of a lot of shopping, you've got Walmart, you've got Home Goods, Staples, all kinds of retail, shopping, and then a lot of the different restaurants out here as well too. So kind of a lot of, the commerce and everything out in this area. So the communities that you're going to have here in St Lucie West, for the 55 and older communities, you're going to have Kings Isle and Cascades. And then for the all ages community, you're going to have a mix of a lot of different options. So you'll have Lake Charles, Lake Forest Point, Heatherwood, Country Club Estates, Magnolia Lakes, and the Vineyards. So really with all those, you really have a good mix of all ages communities, some smaller homes up to larger homes, ones that are on larger lots. And then for the 55 and older, Kings Isle is going to have a little bit of more of the smaller homes. You'll have more villas and some single family homes. The price points on those are a lot lower. And then in Cascades, you're going to have kind of your larger traditional single family homes. And one of the things that's available in that community is pitch and putt golf course that's included in your membership. So they have a lot of pickleball again, nice swimming pools and really great amenities at both 55 and older communities. I want to go over the pros and cons of St Lucie West. So if you are considering this area, some of the pros, some of the good things about the area, one, it is centrally located. You do have easy access to 95, and you have all of the shopping, restaurants, entertainment, everything, just right out your front door. Another pro is that it's a nice gated community. It is an established neighborhood, an area, so all the infrastructure, all the communities, everything is already built out and established. You have more of the mature landscaping, and also some of the styles of the homes, with them being a little bit older. If you really like a lot of the Mediterranean style, like roofs and kind of that look, that Florida look that people say. These homes, most of them will have all of that, which is great. Another pro for St. Lucie West is the price of the homes and the price of the HOAs. So a lot of these homes, because again, they're competing with the new construction and the growth out in the Tradition area, and these homes do tend to be a little bit older. So you are really able to get a lot for your money in this area. So for example, in some of the 255 and older communities, you've got Kings Isle, which you can get some smaller villas or smaller homes, literally in the low 200s, up to the kind of mid, 250, 275, price point. So really a good value there. You also have Cascades, which has some of the larger homes. And again, those are in the 300s. So a lot of really good value for your money there. In terms of the other single family homes that are in the all ages communities, you can get them basically somewhere between, 300,000 and 500,000 easily all day long. And the HOA fees tend to be in that 200 to 300 range per month versus the Tradition area where they're going to be closer to about 500 a month. The other thing too, in terms of savings, is that there are no CDD, so no community development district taxes on any of these homes out in this area. So you are saving money there as well. So some of the cons or the things that may not be the best for you. So if you're looking for new construction, this area is not going to have any new construction. It's already built out. There's no more room for new construction, and there are no more new communities coming to this area. So if that is something that is important to you, St. Lucie West may not be a good fit for you. If you're looking for a lot of the 55 and older communities with lots and lots of amenities, there's really only two communities here. There is Kings Isle and there's Cascades. Now Cascades does have a lot of activities and stuff like that and a lot of amenities there, but really those are your only 255 and older communities. The rest of them are going to be all ages out here. So if you're looking for amenities where you can take your golf carts all around and have access to everything, this is not going to be the area for you. One of the other cons for this area, in terms of the costs, out in Tradition, you're going to have your capital contribution. So it equates to 0.97% of 1% of the sales price. And that is going to be a one-time fee that all buyers will pay out in Tradition. So in St. Lucie West, you do not have that extra fee. So another con is the traffic out here. So again, you guys know I come from Chicago. So when I talk about traffic, it's, got to take it with a grain of salt. But when we're not used to a ton of traffic here, this area in St. Lucie West does get more backed up, again, because it is just kind of one main road and the communities are all off of it, and all of the commercial and retail and everything is off this one street. So it does get backed up, specifically in season. If there is Mets spring training game, you're going to again have a lot more traffic there. So people complain about the traffic in St. Lucie West. So that will be a con. And the last thing is, if you are not looking for a gated community, then St. Lucie West is probably not going to be the area for you, because primarily everything in this area is going to be in a gated community. There are a couple areas, if you go a little bit north of St. Lucie West into the Torino area, that does not have gated communities, but everything here basically is in a gated community. So if you are not looking to be in a gated community, this will not be an area for you. Okay, so you guys know, as a real estate agent, I always like to give you all the numbers and the stats because I think it's really important. So specifically in the St. Lucie West area, currently there are 186 single family homes that are on the market. Median sales price of $460,000. That's about a $225 cost per square foot. They've been on the market 108 days and have taken a price reduction on average about $25,000. In terms of the ones that have sold, we're at a 5.5 month supply. So again, that's more of a buyer's market. Traditionally, anything 6 months or over is a buyer's market, but really what we're seeing is anything over 4 months at this point is more of a buyer's market. So 5.5 months, we're leaning towards a stronger buyer's market in this area. Of the homes that have sold, the average sales price was $435,000. with a cost per square foot of $217. They were getting about 96% of the list price. Days on market was 97 days, and on average it was about a $31,000 price reduction. So just some information so you can have the stats for what's going on in the St. Lucie West area. So if you have any questions about St. Lucie West or any of the communities in there or anything here in Port St. Lucie, please feel free to reach out to me. My email and cell phone are listed below. I'd love to help you find your treasure of a home here on the Treasure Coast.